Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome back to some more Bazaar. We're doing some more Dooley. New season's been a little bit rough on Dooley, so it's been a little bit difficult to get some good footage, but hopefully today we can get something fun. I had some fun runs on stream last night. It was a pretty good time. I did try out Forklift. It feels like it got 7 wins, but I don't know if it can get to 10, at least not with the setup I have. I'm sure there's like a better setup we could get, so maybe I'll try and find something like that. I would have loved to have taken Jungle Rune, because it can give you some really... the loot items can be pretty strong, but unfortunately not an option. Eden does solo Viper here, so that's nice. We can potentially get a Toxic Fang, which would be a very strong early game carry with left-handed. And then as always, we'll be looking for stuff like Pulse Rifle or Rocket Launcher to take advantage of this otherwise. And then some good defensive items to survive Warrior. Left-handed is such an awkward one with Dooley, though. I'd love it to be right-handed, but we could maybe use it with Drill, although I've already been playing a bit of Drill recently. We could use it with like some tech setups, because I haven't done one of those since the season started. And there's a few options at the very least. We'll see what we can do. We could also potentially do it with Flamethrower, of course. It's always a fun one. If you can get both left-handed and right-handed, then you can just put a battery next to Flamethrower and you'll usually be fine. Normal Fang, not as good as Toxic, but still gets the job done. And we do have a friend for Tiny Furry Monster. It's always why I pick up a friend in the first shop if I'm able to, just in case. Fins is pretty good, but I think we go for another weapon just in case we can find Pulse Rifle. Power Drill is okay. It's very slow now, but it does enough damage that I think it's fine to have on the board on day one. Because it does like half their health in one big hit. So against a repeating Mantis Shrimp, it's not that bad because they don't have any slows. Otherwise this could be a little scary, but not so bad. It is Radiant as well, which makes no difference for us. They had a little bit of sustain, but we should delete them once the drill goes off here. No problem. And on to the next. I will take Strength just because it works best with what we've already got going on here. I could go for mediums. It's a bit of a gamble now. I think non-weapon items is best because we could get some good defenses. Brick Buddy's not awful. He's not very good, though. We're going to refresh, actually, and just see if I can get, like, Blast Doors or something. No Blast Doors, but I did discover Power Sander is actually, like, it's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. And we'll take Copperhead as well. Oh, I think we do it like that. I don't really have enough money for a Cav, although I would love to have gone in there and potentially gotten some good defenses. I think this should be fine. So, Power Sander by itself does, every 5 seconds, does 2 procs for Drill, which is quite a lot. And we have a bunch of damage from Fang. We had a little bit of sustain on this side of the board. And then the haste on Aiden should help keep us alive as well. I think there's a reasonable shot here. Okay, it looks like we're going to crush him. Very nice. Nice. Okay. This might be another drill build, we'll see. Frontal shielding is actually not bad with Copperhead, especially if we can get him upgraded. Weapons, we could of course get the Pulse Rifle, which we did, and then also the Drill is a very nice pickup. Because it lowers the cooldown. I would love to get Uzi as well, actually, but we don't really have the money for it. And I don't want to sell what I already have. Uzi's not too bad to pick up later on. And then we'll go for Jungle Runes and grab the loot items, because they're worth usually a reasonable amount. We got some okay ones this time. Not great, not terrible, but that'll be nice on Drill at least, assuming that we're using it long term. Okay, so in this case I think we've kind of got a bit of a scattered build, so I think we'll take the core just because it's the most generically useful. And maybe I do something like, I kind of want maybe something like this. I want something that helps the drill go faster. Well, we could do this, I guess. I think that's fine. We'll try that. Pulse Rifle might be better to run than the drill still, but we'll see. I want to test it out early and see, limit test it a bit. This shouldn't be too bad. The burn can be a little scary, but we do have some shielding, which should help mitigate a reasonable amount of the damage there. And we do a lot of damage with the Drill and Fang. It is kind of funny that Fang is half the damage of Drill, and it's like, you know, a quarter of the cooldown. But we'll ignore that part. We'll see what we get. So, upgrades are fairly nice. I'm going to put that one on Aiden, just because the extra haste will be quite helpful long term. Especially since it's already getting hasted from Power Sander, so he's going to be going off fairly often. We'll take extra XP. And Aetheryte is basically a free fight. Still, they really need to upgrade this lady. Yeah, no problems so far. I still gotta figure out what we're doing long term, but that usually doesn't come up until like day 5 or so. We got a very reasonable setup for early game. And there we go. Very clean. So we could do Copper Ed, although I think we're gonna ditch Copper Ed here. Put in Goggles instead. They're gonna get slowed, but it's whatever. I could also put them like here, and they get hasted. It's not terrible. This does give us some crit at least, although I think slowing Aiden just isn't worth it. I think we just go with that. And then upgrade Bronze. We could do Copper Ed for faster cooldown. I think we're just gonna go with Bronze skills though. There's a few good ones we could get here. I'm going to reroll to look for them. Didn't get any, sadly. So we're just going to go with left shielding. Defense grid is okay, but when you have when you get bronze defense grid, it's kind of risky. It sounds weird, but it's a little risky because you have the potential to just lose out on getting like a higher tier defense grid because it's hard to upgrade bronze stuff later in the game. Whereas if you get like a silver one or a gold one, it's much easier. So we have no defenses still, so this could be a little scary, but we have like almost double her HP. So there's a reasonable shot. Orange Julian can be a bit freaky early on. I think we should be fine here just because we have very high damage output at the moment. No problem at all. I should actually check what's doing the most damage here. Well, interestingly, they're like all 3 of these are doing quite well. Next. So we'll check under Barku. I've tried Combat Core. I just can't make them work. We're gonna grab the schematics for kind of like long-term econ, and we can get some fun tech items out of it. We can't really afford anything from this, but we will grab tools at the docks because there's some pretty fun ones you can get. Optical augment is actually pretty funny because you can use it as I think we do beat him, actually. Let's try it. Our damage output's pretty high. But Optical Augment, you can use it like a Magma Core, just for like round start poison, which is pretty funny. But I don't think it'll work on our current setup. We need a lot of like poison skill support, which we don't currently have. But maybe long term we will. Hard to say. Oh, we might lose this. Depends when the drill goes. Nope, we're good. A little scary, but we got there. Electric Eels would be a pretty funny pickup. This guy's got a lot of good drops, actually. Okay, Slow and Steady is actually really good. So now we have damage scaling from our Power Sander. Weirdly. Don't really want any of these. I'm going to skip and see. Okay. Machine Learning is a crazy big pickup. So that means we can now skip the upgrade on the core at level 7, which is huge. Light Bulb's actually pretty good too. Although we'll save it for now, because we could get like a good tech build later. We might be able to go for like a tech build. I could see it. Well, Blasters is pretty nice as well. Although I don't know, our current thing is very aggro. I think we might just stick with that kind of idea. I'll get rid of Augment and Chris because they're the least likely to get used. So we can grab some more chocolate bars.
I will fight you, but only so that I can study you.
So against Poison Mac, he's got an Aladil, Nightshade. Okay, so he does have a triple Aladil. He doesn't have any way to buff the poison, which is nice, but still quite a lot of poison. He does have some sustain. Actually, that's quite a bit early on. We should still be okay, I think. We just do enough damage that it should get the job done. Very nice. So if we can get some more slow, that would be a nice pickup here. We could also use like cool LEDs with like a tech setup. I could see that being pretty good. Okay, so we're at day 5. We're going to check weapons because there could be some good ones here. We could grab Bill and go for like a bug setup, but it's kind of not really what we're angling for at the moment. So I think I'd skip here. That sword's interesting, but I don't really know if it fits with what we've got going on. Force field doesn't, ballista doesn't, so we're going to skip, unfortunately. I was hoping for something like a railgun, etc. Maybe we get them in the next shop. None of those. I can't really reroll. It'd just be too expensive. Okay, a bit of a whiff on these first 2 shops. That's okay. We'll go for Gorgon Noble. We're just going to XP max for now. Like, I could have gone for Diamond Fangs or whatever from the Sabretooth encounter, but I don't know, I just never get it, so I'm just going to play it safe and go for the guaranteed play. Very nice. Nothing really we want from here other than Petrifying Gaze being pretty strong. And we got it. Very nice. Always a nice pickup. We actually can get 6 gold from the tool one, which is pretty funny because it's extremely rare. We'll check tools again. We could get a flamethrower. We'll go for forklift again. We'll give forklift another chance. I got the pulse rifle now, which I think is maybe the secret sauce to making it go a little bit quicker. I was using like Uzi last time, but we could maybe use this. It might be a little better, especially if I can get haste on across the board. More income could be okay. Let's take more income for now, actually. We might need to buy more stuff later. So I'm probably going to upgrade the forklift at 7, and then we can do, so then we got to look for like some board-wide haste. I would love to get that. We need to find a, is this apparel? What is it? It's tool apparel. Okay, so we've got like a pretty good setup already for it, actually, because tool apparel are 2 of the tags that we need. Then we've got friend, and then we have tech weapon. So I think we already have all the tags. So, all right, we're largely already set. So, nothing great there. Like, this is decent for income. Let's just see how my board will look. So definitely want this in here. Could keep drill, to be honest. Maybe it's like the other side. I don't know how fast drill would go off in this setup. I guess we could test it. We probably would still need this if I'm doing that. So we've got tool, we've got friend, we've got tech, we've got weapon, we've got apparel. So we've got everything, I think. Tool, apparel, tech, weapon. Yeah, okay. I just don't know if power sander power drill will be fast enough by itself. I might do might be better to do something like this. I believe we still keep the same amount of tags because this is just tool and this is also tool, and we get that from apparel. Something like that. I think it's worth a try. I'm gonna refresh this because we could get a couple interesting things. Charging station's interesting. We could swap all this and go for like a core carry setup, which can be pretty fun. We do core carry over forklift. I think we do, to be honest. I think we do. It's rare, and I've already tried out forklift, but I haven't tried core carry in a little bit, so I think that could be a fun one to try. So we set it up like that, and then don't really need the light bulb out. The rest of this doesn't matter too much at the moment. It's just kind of around, so power sander on the far left next to Fang, because this only slows items to the left, so it kind of gets nullified here. And then I guess goggles are fine. I guess. So we need to look for like some rays would be nice, like alpha ray would be pretty good here. Let's check Valpack. And then something to charge with it would be great. So like a coolant or any sort of like CC would be excellent. A slow item in particular would be great. So I could put like the bug over here. I could put Oh, neurotoxin would be amazing as well. Put neurotoxin next to it. Some board-wide haste would be really nice, so like pyrocarbon plus whatever it's called, pyrocarbon and nitro. We could also use pylon potentially, although that uses up a lot of my room. Depends what kind of enchants we get, I think. Insect wing is very nice, actually. So we'll lower the cooldown on our core. And then I will upgrade schematics, actually, because it's the one that's most likely to get used here. It'll give us more income. It could eventually give us like fiber optics, things like that. So, always a nice pickup. Go for Curio. We could get some more cooldown reduction, which would be very nice. Some extra damage on the core would be fun. Damage is fine. Get a little bit more damage on Aiden, and we'll grab some more crits. Yeah, this all kind of hinges on getting a good enchantment on the core a little bit. If we don't get it, we might be in a bit of trouble, but we'll see. Nothing good to haste or to charge still. I guess I could do goggles just so I have survivability, because its charging isn't like it being left side doesn't really make any meaningful difference. So we'll put it on the right and get at least a little bit of shield out of it. So we got Bulldozer with crit core. It's an interesting setup. With battery, I don't know about this one. It is a gold Bulldozer, so it's at least like a reasonable amount of damage, but I think it's not enough, I would suspect. But I guess we'll see. What do I know? There we go. Core carry is doing reasonably well. Upgrading charging station is a big priority, so it's upgrading the core. Those, of course, don't come until much later, generally. I could also replace the this whole setup here with like an Uzi potentially. I'm gonna look at skills because there's some good ones we could get. Tiny Dancer's pretty good. Right-handed is also not bad. It's only 5%. 5%'s pretty meaningful though. So we want 5% or the extra damage. It's like one extra core activation. I think we take right-handed in this case. I'm not gonna go to Curio again. We'll check tools. Steam Ladle is probably not what we're looking for in this case. We'll fight Shock Trooper. I could go for like Poppy Fuel, but it's hard to fit on this sort of board. At least currently. Anything here I'd want? Nitro is always nice, because this gives us the opportunity for Pyrocarbon. We don't only burn yet, but that we could potentially get it at some point. Incendiary rounds, we already got rid of our drill, sadly, or it could be potentially pretty strong. I don't know if we beat this guy. He's pretty freaky now. If this goes off, we die, of course, but... Okay, well, we were like 5 HP, or 30 HP short, which happens, I guess. Do really need a better setup for this left side here. We'll check gold skills. Nothing great, so we'll just go for Keen Eye for now. Reaching the summit could be pretty strong, but it depends on getting certain items. Okay, well, we got the, oh, and we got Isocork. Very nice. Isocork was one of the ones I was hoping for, so we'll pop... we'll get rid of this, I guess. We don't really need it, or that. Scrap metal's pretty strong. I'd have to get rid of Light Bulb, which is fine. Do I save it to enchant? No, there's no real reason to. And it's a long time to upgrade, so I think it's better just to get rid of it now. And now we have the much lower cooldown core, which is very nice. Insect Bite it's not really good or bad. It's just a wasted node, essentially. But if we get like when you poison freeze, it could do something interesting at least. So against Tortuga with a card table. I don't know about this one. Like it's funny, but you kind of need more ways to buff, like to set off your Tortuga if you're gonna do this kind of thing. But this is like it's like giving. Oh, I mean they almost killed me with crit, but it's like giving your Dualtron multicast without giving any of your bugs multicast. It just kind of... It's okay, they're just not charging it up at all, so... However, they did almost kill me with a crit, so... You know, what do I know? Alright, we'll check smalls, because we could get some more good stuff here. Metronome's actually pretty big, we'll grab that. Black Beetle could be good as well. And so could Firefly. Okay, so... Let's say we take out all this stuff. How can we... So Power Sander actually works pretty well with this guy. Is there a way for me to make this even better? So if I do something like... I don't love this, but we could do something like that. I think this might be faster than Pulse Rifle. I'll have to check in the next fight. I'd still have a coolant over here instead of Isacorp, but it is what it is. I didn't even know you could get a chocolate bar from that. Alright. Well, 20 more HP it is. And we'll do Dr. Vortex, because if we get Neophiliac, it means this skill is now amazing. Let's see if this works how I hope it does. It doesn't. The Pulse Rifle is definitely still faster. That's okay. Only way we could have known is to check it. Or I guess doing the calculations, but still. If I get this metronome to be like heavy, then this Firefly could go off like crazy though. That's okay. Oh, and I did get it. Okay. Makes that skill pretty overpowered now, which is good for me, bad for my opponents. Potentially. Right, so let's instead... I mean, that one can be pretty fun too if you put it on the right side. We kind of do have room for it, potentially. So we're going to put back in the... We can also do... Something like this is probably actually better. Because that keeps up haste on both of these, which will help us maintain a higher damage output. And the other items weren't really doing too much. Fiber optics is pretty big. Not currently, but long term. We can use it for something good. Especially if I get like, nothing great here, but the, looking at the... We'll get rid of these. Looking at the battery drop is free, of course, so we'll check it out. Battery. Battery can be pretty good. I don't think it's good here. It's hard to fit on the board, but potentially could be good. Metronome upgrade actually is pretty reasonable here. These two don't go off fast enough initially to keep each other perma-hasted, I don't think. But the extra bit of haste might help out with that. So what else could we get? Beta Ray can be pretty fun with this setup if you get a fast enough core going. Okay, so this guy's got a ton of HP from knee brace, and he's going to try and kill me with virus, it looks like. However, it doesn't kill my core, which is kind of my main damage carry at the moment. Oh, it is healing virus, which is a little scary. Okay, I think he wins, yeah. Their whole build is just virus. A little goofy. Happened to work in this case, but I still don't think virus is very good overall. They just happened to work out well against, it was a bad matchup for me. They also had like extra 2,000 health on me, which certainly helps. Right, I will take some gold here. I'll go for smalls. There's quite a few smalls we could get. That would be very nice. Light bulb again. We'll at least look and see what we get. Another remote. It's kind of interesting. I mean, I'll test it against the AI. I don't know if that's actually any good, but it's funny at least, which is what matters. What if I put like, I could like take these out, fiber optics, like that? Does that work? I don't know if that works. So what would it do? It would be like... I don't think that works, so we're going to put back in these guys for now. With the right upgrades, this could go pretty crazy, though. I could also swap charging station to the right side, potentially, and use the core to charge a remote, which then charges the core back up, something like that. It's kind of cooking. I mean, if he keeps critting me, I die, but that's okay. It works. It kind of works. Okay, maybe the fiber thing is a little better. Okay, we got another battery. Sadly, probably not going to get use. Okay, do we go like all in on damage here? I gotta try it. I think a sustain enchant would be better, but I don't want to risk putting it in there and getting like radiant or something. So I'm just going to take what we got there. And we'll look in here and see if we can get an upgrade for charging station would be amazing. Sadly, no such luck. But we can do this now, and potentially that would go kind of nuts. We're not going to use you. Probably not going to use you. Probably not using you. Okay, we get to test it against a monster at least. I was a little worried about doing it in PvP, but we'll see how this goes. No, it's not as good as my previous setup. I think we need the extra haste on the Fang to make this really pop off. The damage was pretty high, though. I'll give it that. Okay, well, we got a little bit of poison, so now we have a tiny bit of crit from the start of the fight. Truly revolutionary. Antimatter Chamber's also not bad, to be honest. Like, I could put it in instead of, like, these. And then just have the core beat him up afterwards. It's potentially worth it. None of these are going to help. Well, 5 slows isn't awful, to be honest. It would trigger... Where is it? Slow and steady, so we get an extra 20 damage, and it would give us a Neophiliac proc. But I think we got a... No, I think that's actually fine. We'll take CPU throttling. I still would love to get a coolant. Would be excellent here. We'll see how it works. We're starting to run into, like, the scary part of the game. Yeah, or people have, like, one-shot builds. But our build is kind of cracked. We got some remotes going. Okay, I mean, it's working. I've never used the remote control this effectively before. I think it's the 2 of them that are really making it go off. So I'd love to upgrade Charging Station. It would give us an even faster core. I'd love to get these remotes upgraded. Again, coolant would be nice. Uzi's actually a really big pickup here, because we can use it over, use it like here, and then we could potentially do like a fiber thing here, and then it would trigger these remotes as well. We do miss out on the haste, but I think it should be fine. It starts up quicker and it goes fairly quick. We'll take Nitro. I don't want it on the board right now, though. I think we skip Antimatter. It's funny, but we don't have any payoffs for Antimatter. I do still want to try Dionosaur plus Antimatter. It's been one of my, like, my bucket list pickups this season, so to speak. Parser is actually interesting here. I could play it instead of Isocoric. It would freeze everything but the core, but we don't have... if we had Shatter, I'd try it, but I don't think it's worth it without Shatter. Barbed Claws doesn't work here. Radiant Ed is funny, but no. Only 6 damage. Not so much. Create a tool. I don't think we have many tools currently, so... not very useful to us. A second Uzi is kind of interesting, but I don't think necessary here. We could get a Ray, but not really. It doesn't really do too much for us. A second Schematics. Funny, but not necessary. And we'll just take one of these because they're mildly valuable, I suppose. And we'll dump it in there. So I probably should we'll take out Isocoric in this case. Because freezing against the Volcus Enforcer is usually a bad plan. He just kind of crushes your head. Anything here I'd want? Icicle would be nice. Oh god, of course. They hit the Uzi with the 8-second freeze. It's okay. That's okay. Not really. It's kind of catastrophic, but yeah, that might win them the game, because that Uzi is very important to me right now. We could have taken a second Uzi and kind of have them loop. Like I put the fiber over here, have the 2 Uzis loop with Metronome. Could have been interesting. But, we'll see. Frost Potion's not going to make it on the board, unfortunately. So we'll just go ahead and chuck that. I will look for the upgrade for you. This could be pretty good. Unfortunately, I don't think Chrono Barrier will work very well here because we really need that Uzi to go off quick. Otherwise, it would be good. If we had Pen FT, I would definitely grab that, which is the new pig item. But sadly not. And we'll just grab loot. Hammer. I don't think we have any silver items that are worth upgrading right now. Not really. I guess there's Aiden. Otherwise, I don't think it matters. Technically, we could use it to dupe an Aiden, I guess, but here's. Right. It's working fairly well. I think it just needs a little something extra, like Shatter plus Coolant would make it really pop off. He's got Library, which is pretty scary. What does he kill me with? Peace Rot and Soul Ring? Okay, this is pretty horrifying. I think this kills us. Unless we can freeze it. No, he just has too much sustain, I think. Yeah, library is a pretty goofy item. So that means all of my cooldowns are increased, all of his cooldowns are decreased, and then he has Peace Rock going off at 3 seconds, giving him 200 regen, so it's pretty much doomed. There's not really much I can do about that. Alright, we will check out this shop here. I mean, Robo's funny. We don't have a good setup for it, unfortunately. 3D printer, though, is pretty interesting. I will grab that. So what could we do with 3D printer? Let's get rid of Fang. I'm probably not using. Cool LED's not using. Might use the rest of these. So these are kind of core. And this one's pretty important too. So I could do something goofy like this. So then we just create a chain of the core going off. I could also do Uzi here. Or I could also do fiber optics here. So that means that the Uzi is going to trigger the remote a whole bunch of times. I think the remote setup is funnier. So we're going to go with that. And I'm also going to put the fiber out. So that the Uzi is going to trigger the 3D printer a little bit quicker. And then we can get the remotes going off as fast as possible. Sadly, we still haven't found any upgrades yet, but that's okay. We'll see how it fares against this guy. Again, we're missing like CC now, which is a little upsetting. So hopefully it works out. Let's see how the combo goes. Once these things go off, it should like chain. That seemed okay. That seemed to work okay. It wasn't like as smooth of a loop as I would have liked, but it seemed alright. Yeah, it went off 9 times. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. Burn charge a shield. We don't have any, Okay, well, upgrading charging station is kind of huge. I think it might be better to do the printer, because then we get a bunch of, diamond remotes. And even if that fails, I can just switch it to fiber. It'll be pretty strong, too. I don't want anything there. I'll love we can upgrade for this last remote, but we may or may not get it. I'd love to get fiber or charging station as well. Both be amazing.
I would tell you who set
Some more
the
XP.
edge of the foundation. They wait. They build.
Let's see what we get.
When we are finished, may I dissect you for study?
Alright, so we have Bonk again. Very irritating, but hopefully we'll be okay. So this guy's going to poison himself a ton and just explode me. Yeah, this is just going to kill me. Unless my things can go off. But we got bonked, so it's going to be a little hard. Yeah. Okay. Okay, man. Everybody's got all the overpowered skills today. Like, I just can't. Not much I can do about that. Alright, let's see. What do we get? Slow's actually pretty good. I could put it on the fiber. I could put it on the print. The printer's probably pretty good to put it on. Although, that does kind of rely on us getting the printer to fire, but I think as long as we don't run into high rolls, this could go crazy. So now we have another way of scaling, and it also keeps them slowed down while we do so. So it's something. I'm hoping for the best here. It's a bit of a meme build. I do think there were better ways to do this, but I haven't tried this way before, so it's at least worth a shot. However, there are a lot of kind of busted things in the game right now, unfortunately, so we'll see. I could also swap that. It might just be better to swap it over. Oh, piss off, Void Golem. I hate this guy, man. He's so irritating. Alright, blow up my... Yep, okay. Thanks, man. I hate Void Golem. I'm just gonna screenshot this real quick. So we'll grab some diamond skills, could get something good. Okay, Tiny Dancer is actually pretty important here. So it doesn't work initially, because we have 6 here, but once this goes off, it should activate. I'll have to double check that it works. So Uzi's at 2, and we'll see once this goes off, it should go to 1.7, so it does work. Yeah, once it works, it's good. Once it works. We just have to live long enough for that to happen, which is a bit of a tall ask, I know. Oh, it's a cool build, though. I really hope it works out. I still don't know if spamming the remote would be better. Like, it could be.
Hey, that's
I don't know.
okay. It's been nice talking to
Like, doing this could be better, but I like the remote spam. It's funny. I don't know if it's the best option. I don't know. We're going to lower the core cooldown a little bit further. Like so. Another Mac, huh? Another Mac, huh? Hopefully he's not using the expansion items. Those are what have usually been messing me up lately. Freeze would also probably do it. Yep, there it is. There's Freeze. I think this might be our doom. Freeze with hammer? Oh my god, what are these builds we're running into today, man? Okay. Very funny. Man, I just wanted to try out my build. It's so frustrating. Well, still, it was interesting at least. And I think if we didn't run into just nonsense, we could have won. But that's just how it goes, I guess. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, even if we didn't quite make it. I thought it was a cool build. But that's kind of just how the game goes for Dooley right now. The opponents just have some insane nonsense. But thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. And I'll see you in the next one.